Hey everyone, are you ready to be fired up? Because I sure am. So I've got a powerhouse Alisha Collins, who does just under 300 transactions. I have seen this girl almost triple her business over the past few years. She is a powerhouse. She is going to be talking about her chapter in the book, Top Producer Secrets, of how to use digital marketing and social media to dominate your market, any agent, every market. So let's go. Alisha, good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I always love hanging out with you.
Ooh, so excited to have you here. So tell us about your chapter. First of all, do me a favor, kind of talk about like where are you, how long you've been in the industry, where you're from, so these viewers can reach out. They have referrals. And again, go to KristaMashore.com/secrets to read Alisha's chapter and get a copy of your book.
Awesome. Thanks for having me in that. I love it. So I live in Casper, Wyoming. We serve, the surrounding areas as well, within about 3 hours. I've been in real estate over 20 years. I can't believe it. Time passes and you just get better and better. And I am like you in the fact that I always want to be learning something. I always want to know what the next thing is, how to serve my clients the best. And so I've been in your program for 6 years.
Wow. She's one of the original OGs.
Yes. I think you had been a coach for what, like 5 months or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty awesome. I was at the first summit. Anyway, so where do you want me to start?
So when you first came in, I remember you were selling right around 100 homes, and you're just close to 300 now?
Yeah, it depends on the year. I mean, probably 225 to 300, depending on, how many are available, as we know.
Yes, yeah. But this has been like one of your best years,
yes.
Even with everything. Right now, we've got high interest rates, we've got low inventory, and you are just crushing it.
We are crushing it. We're crushing it. Is killing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we came off of a really rough year as, like, me personally and my team. Almost a year ago, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and he passed away about 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And little did I know that everything before that was leading me up to the point where video would take care of me. And that's what my chapter is about. Video would take care of me when he was sick, and it still takes care of me now.
Yeah.
And
explain that.
Yes. Yeah. There's like so many ways. So there's two really important ways. The first one is that I had built up the following of people.
Okay.
I had built up the following of people that watched my videos and that trusted me, and because of that, they called me during the time he was sick. So it wasn't like I could spend time with him and go list houses and come back,
mm-hmm.
and my team would take care of things, and it did give me a break by going and listing those houses.
Yeah.
But probably the biggest thing is that video was my outlet,
mm-hmm.
and I don't think a lot of people understood that because it was just a moment in my day that I could not think about something,
mm-hmm.
not think about like how sad everything was and where we were going. And it just gave me just a break so that I could process and go back and still be strong
mm-hmm.
for Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, so she just can give a little bit of context. Remember you were traveling 5 or 6 hours every month to go get him chemo and to get him, taken care of at the hospital. And then, every month it just kept getting worse and worse. And you didn't let that stop you. You were there. You supported him. I remember being with you in Colorado, and you were working and getting calls, and people were asking you to list their house, and they would wait for you because they felt like they knew you. And I remember you saying, "This video has saved my life with this whole thing."
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about. So your chapter is about video,
okay. and the evolution of my video, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I was kind of dabbling in video when I met you, and then you taught me how to distribute those videos properly, and so I became a Facebook master. I mean, I really do think that I know the ins and outs. I know, what I need to put into Facebook to get so much out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then right before COVID, I thought I should start YouTube. I think I could do this. So I just started making videos about Casper. And then I became, and I don't know if you could say I'm a YouTube expert, but I know what I need to do to get, again, what I need to post and how often I need to post and what happens when I do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of the next evolution, like true long form. And then I found TikTok, and so everybody was teasing me a little bit earlier because I was like, TikTok was made for me. Like it was the perfect, it's just the perfect platform for my brain and to learn more things, like learn how to tell stories and learn how to be bold about what I believe in real estate and how I think what a buyer should do, what a seller should do, what agents should do. And it was a way that I could just make video, back it up if I wanted to. Like I do it in clips, and now I have somebody edit them on another phone. I have a second phone now. And it just became like what made me and my following larger.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, so let me just put this into perspective. So kind of talking about your evolution. At first, it was just you were doing Facebook. Like you mastered Facebook.
And it was working.
Right? Facebook. Then she was like, I've got this master. I've been consistent at this. I know this platform. I'm going to keep doing Facebook. And then she added YouTube. And then she learned YouTube, mastered YouTube, got great content from YouTube. She's repurposing her content, and now she's also utilizing TikTok. But what I want to say is that you need to be careful that you don't just try to do everything all at once, right? She's been, learning things and then evolving and getting better, and now she's able to do more. She has help now. So it's really important to pick one. And she said something that was really important. That is proper distribution. Can you go a little bit more deeper on that for me too?
Yes. So Facebook is where a lot of these areas where we live are Facebook towns. Like everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you can pick who, you put the parameters of who, to some extent, that you're pushing that video to. And then, this person watched these videos, let's show them something else. Mm-hmm. So that distribution is what is like the superpower of your video. Retargeting that other content that's similar to what they watched before. Mm-hmm. One of the things that you said though that I want to go into a little bit is repurposing. So I learned it from you, but I didn't get it. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't take everything. We got to learn, go over and over it. And so when I started doing TikTok, that's when it like clicked for me, the repurposing piece. So I could take that short form video and put it all over the place. And I do it very, very well. I mean, I put it anywhere I possibly can. I even put it on Snapchat.
Do you do I pay attention in your book chapter, right?
Yes, it is.
Again, you go to KristaMashore.com/secrets. You can get see Alisha get her chapter from our book, as well as she's doing a special training that's also elaborating on her chapter. KristaMashore.com/secrets, and you can grab her chapter there, and also her training where she has great detail. Keep going.
So the cool thing is we're refining it as we go, right? So we're taking the same video and we put it everywhere. Typically, it's like a couple months behind whatever TikTok is, and I don't know how that happened, but that's somebody else helps me. She doesn't work on the weekend, so it lags a little bit. But what happened is that my Instagram grew without me even like paying attention because I was posting regularly. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't, now we're like trying to answer those comments more, right?
Yeah.
Because that's important.
Yes.
And then since I wrote the chapter of the book, we had a video that went viral, a short that went viral on YouTube. And it's shocking to me what happens. But if you don't create the content and you don't create a lot of content, then you have no chance of going viral.
Yeah, ever.
And does virality does it matter? It matters a little bit because you're getting more eyes on what you're doing. You're getting more potential clients, more potential agents looking at, to refer as clients. And so that video, I think we're at like 2,000 subscribers from one short video. Like, wow, it was a minute.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we're at 4.5 million views on YouTube, which is shocking to me because a month ago I was at 2.
Yes. So what was the video how to go viral?
It was talking about
credit, right?
It was talking about a client of mine that decided to increase his rent 23%, and I was perturbed about it. And I don't manage rentals anymore, but it's a client of mine, and he asked me my opinion, and I was like, "What are you doing?" So I talked about it, and I talked about how my opinion is that you don't increase rental prices when somebody's going to stay in there, because loyalty is worth something.
Yeah.
And so it just went like
Crazy.
bananas, and it went bananas on TikTok too. But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so good, so good. So, so your chapter is about video. There's a lot of people right now that are listening to this, and most people are afraid of it. In fact, we always say, if you like doing video, you're weird. Like, you've learned to like it, you've grown to like it, now you love doing it, right? But did you start out that way? I mean, talk about a little bit about the evolution and how can somebody start feeling comfortable? And, you know, again, the secret sauce, if you're going to do video, you've got to make sure it actually gets seen. And that's the biggest mistake a lot of people making, is they're creating video content, no one's seeing it because they're not distributing it correctly, or they're not putting an ad behind it.
And the other thing, and you have to know what platform you're on and what you do. So Facebook and Instagram's pay to play, right?
Yes.
The other ones are not. But if you're not on Facebook, then you can't, you know, drill down who is watching all your content, right? So I think that, I think when I started, I wasn't good. My favorite thing, you're interviewing her, Cheryl said to me, Alicia's a natural. I'm not a natural. How many videos have I made? I've made
hundreds,
like thousands. I mean, I bet you I've made 5,000 just for TikTok in the last 3 years, maybe more. And so you think about all the videos that are everywhere. Well, why did I get better? Because I kept going. And about a year ago, I started telling stories. And I thought, oh, I should just be good at this. Well, nobody's good at anything when they start. And I remember kind of struggling through it and thinking, I should be better than this. No, I shouldn't. I think, and I know I talked to you, and you're like, you just have to keep going. People miss it because they start and they don't continue.
And I think the reason people don't understand is, like, you're building a foundation, right? You're developing and being a relationship with people. It's actually called a parasocial relationship. Research shows that when somebody sees you on the other side of a video, they start to develop a relationship with you. So people are watching you, and we have to change our gauge about what our measuring stick, right? I mean, research shows that people, are anywhere from 18 to 47 times it takes people to see your content before they ever click or engage. So people, I mean, how many times have you heard somebody say, oh, I watch your videos, but they've never commented or liked or anything, right?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. I remember, I mean, I just got a call off of YouTube, and the person said, I've been watching you for 3 years. Huh?
Yeah.
Like, what? And you're just now calling me? I mean, I don't say that, of course. Yeah. I'm like so grateful. And I think that we forget that people think they know us, they trust us, they love us, they think we're a celebrity, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, and we show them by who we are with them that we're just a normal person like them.
Yes.
But they do think we're a celebrity. But I think that you have to keep going. If you don't, you're missing the boat. Like, this is the time in real estate to build all of your content. Like I always say, I'm a content creating machine.
You are.
And I do it in little increments of time. I have an agent on my team that doesn't do very much business because he has a full-time job, but he refers people to me. And one day I was waiting for him, and I had 3 minutes before we walked in. And he comes up to the side of my car, and I finished the video and got out, and he's like, you don't stop, do you? Well, if I scrolled TikTok instead of making a TikTok, would I be any further? No. So if I can make it in my car, go to Home Depot, I don't know, sitting, in my office, wherever I am. In fact, I did so many in hospital waiting rooms, you would not believe, when Bob was sleeping. And because it was my outlet, it still allowed me to further my business. And so I think that, and spend time with it. So
yeah, that was
there. I'm switching it back to that.
So what are the type of videos that people should be doing? Like, give us some ideas of the type of videos that someone's listening right now. Okay. They're nervous to do video. They're afraid of what they look like, what they sound like. That they're a new agent maybe, or maybe they're an experienced agent, and they're like, I don't know what the heck to say. What would your advice be?
Well, the first thing you could do is go watch other people that have followed me, like me, and make it your own. I even do that sometimes. Like, I'll go into your comments and reply to a comment of yours. I think replies to comments on TikTok or Instagram are great places to start too, because it triggers like something in you. Oh, I have a story about this.
Yes.
Also, when you're all these pieces of the transaction, I think we need, as real estate agents, we need to be better at explaining to the public what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So if there's a problem in a transaction and we are telling a story about it, Now, you might not be able to post it right now.
Yes, let's talk about that. When you are in a transaction, be careful until the transaction closes and people don't know you're talking about them. Write it down. Tell the story later if it's a nightmare transaction.
And I think you tell the story and save it because you're in the you're in the moment, you're in the emotion. I have one that was 5 months ago, and I'm gonna wait probably another couple months to post it. And I do think you have to be also careful that you shouldn't be, cutting on agents too much. Yeah, try not to do that. I think sometimes I make them because I think that people need to know the difference between. So that's a good one, but you have to be really careful how you spin that because I think people can kind of turn on you. Yeah, that. I think, what else? I love Home Depot, as you know. My Home Depot stuff does really well. I love to flip houses. I don't do it very much anymore, but I know how to do it. I talk about rentals a lot because I think that it's a great, another, form of income. I do talk about that. Really the transactions and what people should do in a transaction. So those buyers and sellers, how they should act. What I believe nets them the most money in negotiations or whatever. And I do also want to talk about negative comments because I think when I started, I would see a negative comment and it would derail me. You can't let it do that. And it takes time. It's like a muscle for sure that yes, you have to be like, forget it, and sometimes we just say, thanks for watching, but there are negative people on there. You just have to.
Well, plus, with like especially on TikTok, even the negative comments, it just gives you more engagement. And more engagement you have, the more TikTok says, "Oh, this is getting engagement. Let's the algorithm starts posting you more organically. So it's not a horrible thing. And there's always going to be scrollers. People are going to talk about you whether you're doing it, or they're going to talk about you whether you're not. Right? So let them talk about you because you're actually doing it. But she made a good point. Like, people come to her as if she is a little mini local celebrity. It is true. People are like, am I really talking to you? You're like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Is this really you? Yes, it's really me. Yes, it's,
I gave you my cell phone number in the video.
Yes, yeah.
For sure it's me.
Yeah.
The other thing that it's done is it's helped me, the video has helped me create a team. Mm-hmm. And not everybody on my team does video. We're working on it. But I've nurtured those clients by making video. And then they trust who I'm handing them to, right? And I've gotten better at that. At the beginning, I was terrified to do that.
Yeah.
But we've gotten way better, and we know what we have to do to keep that client with our team.
So good. I was asked your question. I just lost it. But so people feel like they know you, and they're meeting with you, and there are people are binging, right? They're literally binge watching your content. Yes? No?
Yes. So weird. They'll say, I watched you for 3 hours last night, or I've watched hundreds of your videos. One of the things that I think is, I probably bring this into our conversation almost every time we do something like this, is you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Mm-hmm. My husband had all sorts of sayings.
He did.
And when you're making your videos, the people that are attracted to you are going to come to you.
Yes.
You're going to get a lot of people like you. So I joke sometimes. I'm going to high strong. That's who I'm going to get, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time. Somebody who doesn't like my energy is not going to hire me.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah. And you figure it out before you even, they've already moved on to somebody else.
Yeah, it's so true, I think. And it's, people always say real estate is so competitive. It is competitive. It's really not. It's so competitive that it's not competitive at all because nobody is doing this consistently. Like, I remember when I was a top producer, I would literally always go up against other top producers. I would be in my car or at the front door, and I would see a top producer going in as I was going out, or vice versa. And I would pretty much get the listing every time because they already had made the decision up before I got there. And when I got there, it wasn't like it was like, wait, where do I sign? I didn't they trusted me. They didn't haggle me with commissions. They had binged, like you said, they had watched the content and educated themselves. And so it saves so much time on the appointment.
And they saw you evolve. And you might not realize they saw you evolve until they say, oh my gosh, Alisha, look how far you've come. Pretty cool. I had somebody who I met. I don't remember how I met them. I think they were somehow in my sphere or in the people I know.
Yeah.
And it took me 2.5 years to sell a house. And somebody said that to me, your follow-up must be amazing. Guess what?
There was no videos. Yeah.
he watched every video. Now, most of the time he was, telling me what I said back. Like, well, Alisha, you said if I don't love a house, if I say it'll do, I shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Crap.
I know, it's so funny.
Or, you said that I need to understand every single sentence in its contract. Those things, people are watching you. And at the time you might be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. No, I'm just kidding. But they're telling you what you said back. That means they totally got it.
Yeah.
They understood everything you said.
And they're actually watching and listening because that you've earned the trust and you've earned the authority. Now let's talk about referrals. I mean, people refer, retain, resell, relist, right? Your goal is to get referrals, to retain past clients, to get them to refer you and relist with you. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. I have got so many students that will say, oh my gosh, I'm getting referrals from people that I don't even know. So people are referring people by watching the content.
Yes.
Talk about that.
I think that's true. The other thing is, if you look at, and I think the training, you're going to, you can watch it below, right? The training that I did.
Yes. It depends. Yeah. So Alicia's going to be, if you go to KristaMashore.com/secrets/secrets, you can get a copy of our brand new book, Top Producer Secrets, where it's all top producers from across the country. We're crushing it right now in real estate, utilizing digital marketing, social media, video, and doing things very different than their competitors. She's got her chapter in the book there, along with, I think, 21 other agents as well. And also there's a training, depending on if you decide to, what we decide to do with this, but she has a training that she's doing that's a live video as well.
Okay, so in the training, there is some pie charts. And I put this in every talk I've done, but it's shocking how many past clients and Sphere, what our percentage of our business it is. Mm-hmm. It's between 65 and 75% of our business. And when you think about how many people are coming to us from new video or past video, but they're new clients, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then we're reselling those people. So I want to do actually now a new pie chart that says, okay, so how many people that came from video re-listed with us and purchased again?
Yeah. Well, you used to list her with that one lady that you worked with years and years ago, and she bought. Did I remember that till that it's to like 7 or 8 deals?
I believe it's the one where I know what you're talking about. Yes, I got it. Okay, so I joined your program. 15 years before that, I had been the membership coordinator for the Chamber of Commerce. Kind of how I got my start in knowing everybody, right? And so it had been 15 years since I had met Ellen. And her daughter was ready to buy a house. She saw my videos that I started by using your scripts. Back then, it wasn't off the cuff. And now you have so many scripts, right? You have more than anybody could ever record, right?
Yeah, hundreds.
And thousands. And
yes.
So she saw one of those videos and she said, I want my daughter to only work with you. So I sell her house. And since then, the daughter has referred me and referred me and referred me again.
They've been starting from one video. I mean, you think about this. People have said, somebody called me from literally that I was in kindergarten with. They see my videos and they didn't have any idea I was in real estate. And I worked with them 20 years ago, or they were in school 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And they're calling me because they remember, oh, I know that person. Now they're a realtor. I didn't know that. Like, it's a nurturing thing. It's, as an agent, you want to be a top producing agent, you need to be a marketer, right? Marketing is essential. You're going to generate higher quality leads. You have to nurture those leads. Video nurtures top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. It's nurturing past clients. It's nurturing people that don't even know you. It's nurturing referrals. It's nurturing people that do know you, right? So it's making it impossible to be forgotten.
Impossible to be forgotten.
Impossible to be forgotten.
I mean, people say that all the time. Alisha, you are always in my feed. So I went to my 30th high school reunion about a month ago. And you would not believe the people that told me they watch every single video. And when they're making real estate decisions, they make it based on what I said.
Yeah.
Now, there was one guy that was like, Alisha, quit following me around. I'm over it. And I said, well, quit watching.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But
that's for retargeting. So basically, when you create the video content, now there's a couple of things for retargeting.
Well, but they're watching.
On Facebook, they're watching. And when they watch, then the algorithm says, hey, this person's watching. Yes. Put more of the content in front of them, right? So it's full circle.
And I have gotten referrals from people I went to high school with when their kids or friends or family moved to Casper all the time.
And this is amazing. I mean, people Alisha lives in a very small town, and the fact that you are doing the amount of numbers you are with how small the town is, like there's still a ton of competition. You are just taking over your area. You know, it's unbelievable. So. yeah, she is. It's great. It's great to see. Okay, so again, if you want to read Alisha's chapter, go to KristaMashore.com/secrets to get her chapter and many others. Alisha, how would you, if it's one thing to say to people right now, what would your advice be if they're an agent listening? Maybe it's a brand new agent, has never sold a house before. Maybe it's an agent who's just been struggling, or maybe it's a top producer that was like me, working every week and every night. Like, what would your advice be?
Make the video.
Make the video.
In all these Facebook groups, people say, what can I do to get business now?
Video.
Make the video. It may not get you now business, but it's going to get you forever business.
Mm-hmm.
It is forever business. It is continually, I'm sleeping and people are watching.
Views while you snooze. You're getting views. Yeah. Like what other people, you got to think about it. And you're doing it by the masses, right? The reason why most agents, there's a cap to that, how much business they get, because everybody's doing everything one-to-one. When you're doing video correctly with proper distribution, you are marketing one to many. You are marketing to, like we will create video content that gets hundreds of hours of watch time, thousands and thousands of views.
Unreal.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Unreal what one video can do. And that's why you have to keep making video. The more you make, the more likely you are to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
The more likely you are to go viral. And
you don't need to go viral. You need to go viral in your local city.
Right.
You don't need to go viral outside of your city.
I don't want to go viral outside of my city.
I know. I mean, it's not needed. And you don't need it. It's not needed. Mm-mm.
You always say it doesn't matter the doesn't matter the views, doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. I do. I think there's some vanity metrics in there, but I have a friend who started TikTok when I did. She had 200 followers and she got a $1.2 million buyer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. And the 200 people that are watching your TikTok or your Facebook or anything you're doing, those 200 people, how many of us would love to be in a room talking with 200 people that probably are going to buy?
Yeah, 1,000%.
You want to be there. And the only way you can be in the room with those people is make the video.
Yeah.
Make the video. And they're going to suck at the beginning, but nobody's watching anyways.
Yes.
At the beginning.
You're going to suck anything going.
And the more you make, the better you are.
Consistency is massively key. So I'm taking away, like, just make the video. You're not going to be great in the beginning. Who cares? You don't need anything fancy. Alisha uses just her cell phone, just like Heather, right? We use her cell phone. Pretty much it.
Unless it's a YouTube long form or a house video.
Yeah.
Then I have a videographer that does it.
Mm-hmm.
But I make so many, and I used to use my AirPod or I used to use a microphone. Who cares? Just make it. Just make it.
Yeah. Just make it. That's it. All right. That was the advice. Video. Her chapter was absolutely amazing. And I will tell you, just as she said, she recently lost her husband and she's, because of the video content, is having one of the best years of her business in one of the most, what everyone else is saying, toughest markets. Video gets people to know you, to like you, to trust you. You're seen as the authority. You develop a relationship. You're winning before you arrive. You're getting views while you snooze. And people are seeing you absolutely as the authority. You walk into an appointment and they feel like they've already known you. Alisha Collins, again, Casper, Wyoming, everyone. I just love her to death. Go read her chapter. She is a powerhouse. She's literally sold thousands and thousands of homes. And you know what, my friend, I love you to death. I love you to death. Everyone, I hope you are just as fired up as I am listening to Alisha Collins. Any referrals in the Casper Wyoming area, please reach out to her. She will absolutely take excellent care of your people. And stay tuned. Again, go to KristaMashore.com/secrets. Download your copy. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.